every time there's something goes wonky every time. It never fails. It's because I spent too much time farting around today and not enough time preparing. That's the problem. But I think we're ready. And honest to Pete, I was going to do my little poster, which I can't find at the moment now, in color because I finally got ink, and now I can't find the folder like on my computer to actually print it. Nor can I find the poster itself. It might be in this pile. So I'm just waiting for everyone to come on. Woo, and there they are. Jennifer Marker, you little stink pot. Dang it, I forgot to change the sign again. I can't find it. I'm just going to have to do it all ad lib today. So what we're doing today is we're actually going to do 3 different kinds of fancy fold cards. I don't know what else to put for that, but there we go. There's the title. 3 fancy fold cards. Does that work? And gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I switched back to my regular camera that I'm used to using, and I just feel like, for whatever reason, maybe I'm just used to it, I feel like this is going to be it's going to work. It's all good. Can't find my poster, but we're going to make do. I have to shut my door, otherwise I'm going to be screaming and my husband's going to be hearing it all. And my cats are going to come wanting food. Wow! I almost knocked down everything in my craft room. Yay, Kelly, you made it! Sweet! Hey, Linda! And Kathy and Satomi and Kelly and Sylvia and Deborah. And I missed a few because they've already scrolled up. I do not have any one of these 3 cards all completely physically made for you to look at, so we're going to wing it. Refresh Sassy Crafter because I already changed the title. I changed it. It should say 3 fancy fold cards. Thank you. So the first one we're going to do is this one, which is a twisted gatefold card. This was the one that Jen Marker was trying to get me to show you guys how to do that day that we were doing the gatefold cards. What the heck was that for? The gatefold cards was for a challenge or something, I think. I forget. I've done so many live streams and Skypes and videos that I just have a hard time remembering. But this is it, and it looks difficult, but it's actually quite simple. So if you're following along with me tonight, I actually did put out a reminder poster that told you what to bring, and I said most of what you'll need because, yeah, sometimes I just forget. So I put down the major pieces that you would need to put these things together. Okay. So who else do we have? We have Peter Pan. We have Satomi, Deborah, Donna O'Hara. We have Jason here. Do them all, Jason. Do them all in 5 minutes, he says. You turd. Oh my gosh. I probably could if I was doing a 5-minute video, but I am not. Let's start with this one. So if you guys are ready, I have all the measurements written down on here. This piece of paper that you're going to need is 8 1/4 wide or long, whichever way you look at it, by 5 1/2 inches. Okay, so I'll wait for you guys to get that cut out. 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. Look at that. I have one ready to roll. And then we're going to pull out our score tool. If you don't have a score tool, you can use a trimmer like this one. Okay, and then use some kind of a score tool, either like a bone folder or one of these. You've got this kind of a tool hanging around. Okay. And you can put your paper in here and you can use this as a scoring. If you really are old school and you don't have that, then I would suggest using something like this, the blunt end of a pen, pencil, spoon, fork, knife, and the edge of a ruler. How's that? How's that for bringing it down to everybody being able to do this project? I hope that you have everything that you need. We're going to get started. There's just going to be a couple of places, as you can see, that we're going to, hey, and I think I actually got this figured out. If I could stop these things from rolling around on my desk here. Darn round things. I think I got this figured out so that I can actually bring this in for you. Yay! How's that for talent? That's why I was late for my live stream, actually, because I was trying to figure that out. I still have a lot to learn as far as technology goes. We are growing. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got the 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're going to score it at, darn, I better make sure that I put this on the right side, otherwise you guys are going to be like, what? Yes, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, okay? So put it in the long way, 2 3/4. That's the little black line just before the 3, 2 3/4. And then 5 1/2, and that's the big long line between the 5 and the 6. Now, if you don't have, I'm going to back out here. If you don't have a big black ugly line drawn somewhere on your thing here like this, then you're going to want to use your trimmer, because actually the trimmer is easier, but I'm going to show you 2 different ways. When you look at this, both of these lines are going diagonally from the left to the right. Do you see that? Left to right, left to right. So all we want to do is take one of these 3 panels. Can you see my, I'm going to make sure you can see my score marks here. All right, see the score marks? We're going to go from the left to the right. Now, in a trimmer like this, it's super easy to do because you can just line up with that single line that corner and the very end of this line. Okay? Right to left, right like that. I'm having a hard time seeing far away, because when you get old like me, your eyes go too. All right, now you're going to want to use the same thing if that's what works for you. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it on here. I put a black mark right here on one of my edges. Hopefully if I do this, my keyboard won't start typing on me. And I want that line to go the exact same way. So I'm going to take this 3rd panel and I'm going to put that right on where that black line starts. And then I'm going to toggle it so that the end of this line, this corner, falls right on that black line. You might not be able to see it, but the black is right here. And it's right here, and that's how I know it's on the exact same line. Otherwise, how would you know? And then I'm just gonna bring it down. So this is what you should have now. Let me move this out of the way. That's as far out as I go, huh? Okay. It's going to come in like a gatefold. So let's just do one gatefold at a time. One side's going to come in like this. This is where you're going to want your bone folder so that you can make sure that it stays down. All right, give that a nice press. We're just moving in this side right here. we're moving that in, and then this diagonal line goes out this way. All right, then you're going to give that a press. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, but I find that it helps if you just open that up and close the other side. Give that a score, okay? And then because you know they're going to be closed on top of one another, this one has to open up out this way. So give that one a score. That way when you bring in the second side, it automatically comes together like that. We made it. So then it pops open like that. Pretty cool, huh? You know where I learned that from? I learned that from Jennifer Marker. She taught me that. Cheers, all my caffeine addicted friends. Now, when you want to decorate this rectangle here is the same as this rectangle here. It's the same as this rectangle here, and this rectangle here. So all I did was I just measured that out. I made sure that I left off a little bit so that there'd be a white border around the whole thing. And these pieces are, I swear I wrote this down for you guys. I did. It's on the back. They end up to be 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. That's what these are. Okay, so they fit on there. Now, if you're using a colored cardstock and your whole card is one color, let's say this whole card is red, and that's all you want to do, but you want to be able to write something on the inside, then you just have to cut one of these in a white and put it on the inside so you have a place to write. But what I want to do is I want to cover a couple of these, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and do the same thing that I did with when I was scoring them diagonally. I'm going to put it on here because I want to know which way I'm supposed to be cutting that. If I cut it the wrong way, it won't fit. So it's going from left to right. So I want to make sure that I put my pattern paper faced up and I make sure I cut from that side to that side. Okay, this side to this side. That's how I'm going to put it in my cutter. I'm going to put that corner on one side and that corner on the other. Make sure that when you're toggling it, they don't move, and then cut. To not bump up your edges, your corners, you're going to want to start in the middle and go out. And then I just lift, start in the middle, and go out. That way it doesn't crumple up your corners. So since my wet glue is the closest to me right now, I want to put these two on the outside. So I'm just going to put a little bit of wet adhesive around the corners and on the edges. And pop that down. And it should fit quite well. Just a little bit of a border. And then you do the same with the other side. If I can show the score dimensions again, I sure can. As soon as I put this on, I will show it again. No problem. I may even, I guess I'm not going to make a promise because sometimes I just don't get around to it. It's not my favorite thing in the world. But I may get around to posting just photos of these measurements and put them on my blog so that you can find them a little bit easier. But to be honest, no one ever looks at my blog. So to me, it seems like a waste of time. However, on here, this is a lot easier. So here are our measurements. Let me move this out of the way. I need, you know what, usually I have something sitting here that keeps that out of the way. That's why I'm having such a problem. So the base of your card is literally going to be 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. Okay, and then these two score marks down the middles here are 2 3/4 and 5.5. And this is all in inches, okay? So 8.25 by 5.5 for the whole big piece. And then score it here at 2.75. And score it here at 5.5. And then the only thing you have left to do is those two side panels, this one and this one, is score them from the left-hand corner down to the right-hand corner. They're always going to go the same way. And then your card will come together. And then if you need to know the rest of the measurements on the back side to get the pieces that cover, that's going to be 2.5 inches by 5.25 inches. Kay Myers, you little stinker. Just as I look at your blog after every live stream. Do you really? Well, then I am sadly embarrassed, people, because very rarely do I ever put anything up there. I just don't feel like anyone really looks at it. Hey, Candy. Let me know if you're all caught up, if that worked for you. I'm going to go ahead and cut this again. This time I want to cover these two inside pieces. You can also cover these two outside pieces here and here. I mean, you can darn near cover whatever, however much of it is you want, really. And if you have double-sided paper, it's even more fun because then you can flip the colors over and put all kinds of colors all over the place. Now I could put this on the inside here and then a white one over the top, and that would look kind of cool. I think I will. I think that's what I want to do. I need my glue gun though. Sorry I didn't get my hair all did up and I'll get all party for you today. It was just one of those kind of days. I'm wearing my pajama pants though. I'm wearing my candy stripe ones. They're all pink and green and white and... What is... Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? That car is in need of some drastic repairs. Holy man. It sounded like a hovercraft from space. It's really weird. Oh, you know why? Because right behind it, here comes an ambulance. I hear the ambulance now. I take it all back. I'm going to go straight to heck for saying that. I'm going to probably add a little white pipe of paper. Ooh, that would be cool. Oh, you know what would really be fun? Is if we did some embossing for the two that were on the outside. Oh, that would be cool. And the inside. Okay, if we get around to it, I'll do that. But let's call this one done so that we can move on, because holy Hannah, that took 20 minutes. And by Jason's standards, that was a 5-minute card, y'all. Hey, Kathy Godwin. No, it's fine. It's okay that you're late. It's fine. It's good. We only got one card done. We're doing 2 more. I'm doing the next easiest one first. This card, when it's all decorated, it all comes together like this, and it looks incredible. Doesn't look like much now, but once you decorate it with all of your different layers, and you put like flowers on different layers and things, it turns out looking really, really cool. So let me give you the measurements for this one. This piece is going to be, so you can work along with me, 11 inches long. So 11 inches, a regular piece of cardstock is 8.5 by 11, right? So 11 inches, and then cut the other piece down to 5.5. 11 by 5.5. The card that I just made, I believe I have no clue what size would fit that. So let me just measure it real quick here. Dang, that's almost a 6 by 6 envelope for that one, you guys. If you want to fit it in a regular envelope though, you always could just fold it in like this. But if you're giving this to a non-crafty person, they're going to open it up and go, oh, that's cool, and they're going to just set it down. They're not going to realize that it comes together this way. Okay? But if you're in desperate need and you're sending it to a crafty person and you want to save space on an envelope, just fold your sides in. It'll totally fit in an A2 size envelope. See that? So it totally just depends, I guess. Oh, yay! Jennifer's friend, Jennifer Marker, who taught me how to make this card, learned how to make this card from Dana, and she is here tonight. I'm a little slow on the uptake in the crafty department, but I mean in the chatty department, but I found it. That's awesome. So super cool. Okay, are we done with this one? It won't fit in an A2 size envelope just like this, because if I show you on here, okay, if I butt this straight up, 6 inches is right here, and it runs over this corner. Like 5.5 inches is right here, and it butts up to that one. So it's really almost 6 by 5.5. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can make your own envelopes. I have an envelope maker, but a lot of people don't. But seriously, if you have to send it, just fold it in like that, and then send them a picture of it, that it's supposed to look like that or something. I don't know. I love my envelope maker. It's amazing. Okay, we got to move on. Everyone have their base piece of paper here that's 11 by 5.5? I hope so. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you do. Oh, that's right. I can't see you. You can see me though. So I'm thumbsing up for you. We gotta move on. I should probably make, yeah, I probably should make another one. Let me move some of this junk out of the way. I'll do another cut for you. Just to, you know, just to waste some time here for all of you people who need a little extra time to get motivated. 11 inches by 5.5. 11 inches by 5.5. I hope I scored. I hope I did that right. 5.5 by 11. Okay. I did. Here's where we're going to do our scoring. And that's all we're doing. Look at all the thumbs up. Wah, wah. Go us. Go us. Okay. Scoring is so simple. This card is a piece of cake. We're going to score at 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. I'm just going slow for y'all that need just a little bit of extra time. 'Cause I'm kind like that. 1.5. Ready to move on. 3 inches. 3 inches. 3 inches. 1.5. We'll go back for you guys that need a little repetition. 1.5. 3 inches. Oh, is that okay if I scratch my head with my tool? You ain't touching my tool. It's okay. 5.5. 5.5. 5.5. Let's repeat. 1.5. 3. 5.5. Okay, if you're all caught up there, next thing we're gonna do is score at 8. 8. 8. 8. Hey, we good to go? Let's repeat. We're done. This is it. 1.5. 3. 5.5. 8. The end. Now I'm going to show you how to fold this. And shame on me for not telling you exactly where I got this from, because somebody sent the video to me and I should have given her credit. I'll have to look it up again. I really had to look at this, her finished project, to figure out how to fold this, and I don't want you guys to have to struggle with it. So here's where it goes. It's mountain, valley, and then it automatically goes mountain. So the first one is, this one is going to come up. So take your little, can you see all my score lines here? These are the little ones on the left hand side, okay? You're going to want to score that up like a mountain. So score it up and give these guys a good press, because you want this card to come down pretty flat. All right, so now we've got that bump right there. Now this one has to go down. Do you see how this one is down? So that one has to go down, and then give that one a good press. Then I'm just going to flip it over and I'm going to show you that we've made that bump there. See how it's coming together there? This next one needs to go up. So we're going to fold it so that it goes up, and then I'm going to give it a good crease. Put it back down so that you can see that it's following that pattern. And now this one needs to go down like a valley. And then I'm going to go ahead and give that one a good crease. Okay, so it came together just like the other one. Now all you're going to do is just push this all together like an accordion, and it's going to give you those 3 fabulous overlays. I did not make the measurements for how to cover all of these pieces. That's going to be up to you. I'm going to show you how to do it though, in case you're at a loss. We just did it on the other one. Where did I put my ruler? Wish y'all could yell at me, because Jen Marker's really good at finding where my stuff is. If you want one for this inside piece, all you're going to do is measure in inches. It's about 2.5 inches. So what I do is I cut off 1/4 of an inch and I say, okay, that one's going to be 2 1/4. We already know that the width of the card is 5.5, correct? So we're going to go 5 1/4. So if you want to cover this with 1/4 of an inch white, base, what do you call it? Like a rim around it, you just take 1/4 of an inch off of each measurement. So it's 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Instead of 2.5 and 5.5, it's 2 1/4 and 5 1/4. Make sense? I would really love to finish this one up with you. If we have time, we can add more stuff, but that one is totally simple. These are all of, you know what, I did write them all out for you. Shoot, I thought I've skipped that. You know what, I'm going to take a picture and leave these on my blog because Kay needs them. Just picking on you, Kay. Don't take it personal. I was just making a joke. If you want to cover this one, it's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. This one is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, which we just discussed. That's 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. These two are the same size. This one's slightly different. 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to put this on the blog. I hope I remember. Somebody slap me silly, shake me up, do a little dance, make sure that I get that done. Because this is the, how do you say that? The piece de la resistance? We had a half an hour to make this card, and I'm going to show you how to do it without any special tools, except for you really do need either a trimmer or, like I said, the craft knife. This comes from Deanna. She sent me this template. Okay, you can get a lot of these on Silhouette, Cricut. I need a drink. Cheers. I'm glad you guys are all talking amongst yourselves and figuring that out, because I just didn't take any time to figure out what was going to fit in what envelope. An hour isn't only enough time to really show you kind of how to get it all put together, and then you can help each other out, because that's what we do. We're the quality family, are we not? So I'm going to show you how to make this one now. You need a piece. I slightly adjusted it, so if you look at mine, mine's a little bit smaller than hers. Maybe you can't tell because they're all white. It is smaller though, see? For easy, just a squeezy, almost a sneezy, so everyone can make it. You need a piece of cardstock that is 5 inches by 5 inches. Oh, did we have a winner last week? Who was the winner last week? Let me look it up. Last week, Thursday would have been... Oh, there's going to be a winner tonight. Ooh. Last week was the 22nd, so let me just check my chart here. Oh, the 22nd? She might be here. Let me check. Hold on. I gotta get back now because I'm all messed up. I'm looking. I gotta scroll. Kathy, you know who it is, don't you? Oh, shoot, I don't see her name. Maybe she's not here tonight. Darnsville. Need not be present to win. Just letting you know. Just thought it would be fun if she was there. Yay! It's Mayuki Farley! She is here! Yay, Mayuki! You won last week. That's awesome. Okay, let's get on with this card because we have about a half an hour to get it done. Go, girlfriend. You won. Whoop, whoop. We need a piece of cardstock that's 5 inches by 5 inches. 5 by 5. And then you're going to need a template for the middle. That's 3 by 3.5. And then if you really like to have guides, you know, if you're the person that, because some of this stuff you can just, you know, eyeball. Make yourself a 1-inch guide. It's just 1 inch and make it, you know, about 6 inches long so it hangs off the edge. Doesn't really matter. Somebody's gonna be winning tonight. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys to cut this. So since I need to kind of have an idea about how long that takes, I'm going to cut too. And what did I say? I need a piece of cardstock 5 inches by 5 inches. 5 by 5, people. 5 by 5. 5. All right, by 5. Okay, there's our base, 5 by 5. We also need one 3 inches by 3.5 inches. Three inches by 3.5. There's my 3 by 3.5. And then if you want a guide, make your guide 1 inch wide and about 6 inches long. All right. Oh, we're sliding. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. Now, while you guys are finishing your cutting, I'm going to share with you some really fantastic cards that my mother-in-law made. I love this card. Look at this cool card she made. 5 by 5, 3 by 3.5, and a 1 inch guide. Look at that card. So she had this cut out and she started making it so it looked like the light was reflecting off the trees. And then she mixed all these inks in the background to make it look like the northern lights. Isn't that cool? So cool. Here's one more that she made. I really, really want this embossing folder because I don't have it. All these little branches are embossed and she just went over it with one of her little rubby things and with green. And then I don't know what these are, but they feel like foam, but it's silver and gold, like foamy pieces. And she put a little brad there with a ribbon to make them look like they're ornaments that are hanging on a tree or hanging by some bows or branches. Isn't that cool? Okay, we always pick our winners at random. We have, if you are not already a member of the Koala Tea family group, go on over to Facebook. It's Koala Tea Crafts. You know, koala like the bear. Koala Tea Crafts. We would love to have you. There is a challenge every week from Sunday to Sunday. We always post it on Saturday unless there's a holiday so that you know ahead of time. And then on Sunday, I do a live stream from 2 to 3 p.m. showing you tips and tricks so that if you're like, I've never done that before, you can see how it's done and you can enter the challenge. We would love to have you enter the challenges. We also do swaps. Those are going to be changing up. Kathy Dunahue will let you know how those will be working out. She is my right-hand lady. She does a lot of things on there, including the birthday list. So if y'all's birthday's not listed in there, you don't get a card. But if you are, you get a card on your birthday. It's usually something she makes or something that I make. And it's a commitment-free, it's a drama-free group. If there's drama, you won't know about it because I'll handle it. I like to handle things quietly and privately, and I like to bring in as very few people into the problem as I have to just to get it solved. All right? As you know, I'm a very upbeat and positive person, and I don't like to dwell on that kind of garbage. So the other thing is, it's a commitment-free group. There is no participation police at Quality Crafts. I'm not going to go, well, hey, you haven't entered in the last quarter, so you get the boots. See you later, alligator. Find another group. No. You come, you hang out, post some stuff when you're feeling good, set up an album and put your stuff in there so that we can check you out. Look at all the stuff that's going on in there. Join a challenge on the month when you feel good. Don't join anything on the months when you don't feel good. Nobody's going to make you feel bad about it. There's no participation police at Quality Crafts. Drama-free, commitment-free. If you win on a Thursday night here, I will find you. I will hunt you down. But if you're not listed in there, that's as far as I go. You have to be listed on Quality Crafts in order for us to send it out so that we don't forget about it and then nobody gets the prize. Because my mind is going, I'm getting elderly, you know. We would love to see you there. It would be really cool. Make sure that if you're foreign, if you're brand new to Facebook, or if you just aren't on a lot, that you have some friends listed, that you have some pictures on there, and that you're don't have a completely empty thing, because that's a red flag for us. And then we're going to go, well, we're not sure. We don't want any spammers or any scammers or anyone that's going to come into the group and mess up your lives. And that's exactly why we're careful who we let in and why it's a closed group. And I think everyone can appreciate that. And we certainly appreciate you. Come on over if you're not already joined. Friend Kathy Dunahue or I on Facebook. Send us a message and say that, hey, I saw you on live on YouTube and I'd really like to get into the group. That would be fun. We'd love to have you. We better get moving on because I've already blabbed my face off for way too long. Now, here's what we're going to do next. Take your, we have to measure this out. You want your 1-inch guide to go in about 2 inches. So it's 2 inches on each side. So this is what I did for mine. This is the easiest way I think it'll be for you guys too. 20 minutes, 20 minutes. You're making me sweat. 20 minutes. We can do this, guys. We can do it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your ruler and go across the top. Not upside down like I did, but just like this. And I want you to mark just a little dot on the 2-inch. Okay? I want you to flip it around. And I want you to measure it again from the opposite side and mark at your 2-inch. Because that's going to give you that middle part. And then all you got to do is slide your guide. Do you see you can't see my 2 dots, can you? My 2 dots. That means there's 2 inches here. And there's 2 inches here. And all you did was put a dot and a dot because that's where you're going to want to put your guide. Put your guide right in between there. I got to tell you to do something else too. On your guide, I want you to make a line on it. I didn't do this because, you know, I just do stuff on the fly, but I just want to make sure it's successful. Put a little mark on your, I'm going to zoom in here. Oh my God, 20 minutes. You're freaking me out, guys. Freaking me out. Put a little bump on your guide here at 3/4 of an inch down. All right? Move it over Do 3/4 of an inch on the other side, and if you want to, you can take your ruler here and mark it all the way across. Some of you people will not need this step at all, but that's 3/4 of an inch down, and it's 1 inch wide. And what I want you to do is I want you to place it between your two little navigational beacons here, 2 inches on each side, so this is the center. Put your guide on your little navigational beacons there so that it lines up with the edge. And then take your tool, this kind of a tool or your bone folder or whatever, and I want you to crease the paper just to that 3/4 inch line along the edge of your guide on both sides. So now you have your two lines right there and there. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time you want to put your guide, gosh darn it, tell Jen when to back out so you can see what you're doing. Okay. Now you're going to want to put your guide, yes, your 3/4 of an inch. Make sure that the bottom of your guide down here is in between your little navigational beacons there. And slide it up to the top so that these two pieces of paper meet. And then score down to your 3/4 of an inch line there on that side as well. Does that make sense? So now what you should have is a piece of paper that has two little score lines here and two little score lines here. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put this in the middle, and it should line up with those two score lines. Can you even see those score lines? Maybe I should pencil them in for you. There's one here and there's one here. I'm going to pencil them in for you because I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. This one's so much easier in my mind, you guys. Do you see now where where we've got our marks made? I'm probably moving too fast for some of you guys. I apologize. Okay, we've got our marks made. This 3x3 and 3.5 inch should fit in between those two guidelines. All right. Now, if you want to, you can measure this side and you can measure this side and you can make sure that this square is dead on in the middle, but I'm not going to do that for sake of time. I put a little piece of tape on the back. You can see all the hair and crap that it stuck to it on accident, but that's not important because I'm not going to be reusing this. Center this best you can between those 4 marks we made. In the middle of the card, the best you can. Measure this side if you need to, and this side if you need to get it straight. And then just give that a little push. I forgot to tell you to bring one thing. You need something that you can cut through. If you're using a trimmer, you don't need it. Okay, if you can put this in your trimmer and do these cuts, then use your trimmer by all means. But this is just so much easier for me. I'm going to use my craft knife to make the last of these cuts. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this template. But between the navigational beacons, and if you have to glue this, put this down here, do not cut those lines between the navigational beacons. We're only cutting this right here, stop, and we're cutting this right here, stop. Got it? So I'm just going to kind of hold mine in here. I'm going to hold this steady because I don't want it to shift, and I'm going to start right, yeah, you can't see that. Let me bring it in. Okay, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to lean on the edge of that paper, and I'm going to go slow enough that I don't go too crooked or too offline. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to go down this line. Please use a trimmer if you do not feel safe using an X-Acto knife. Do not cut yourself and then tell me, and then go and tell people that Jen Evers told you to do it. And then I think we're still in frame here. We're just going to cut this last piece as straight to the paper as we can and make sure that it comes together at the corner. I just kind of lift up to see if I made it. I did. Now this is still taped here, but I'm going to be careful not to move it, and I'm going to do it to the other side. Okay, I'm going to cut this one. Oh, I went a little crooked on that one. It's okay, no one's going to notice. And then I'm going to follow this one. I think the long one is the hardest one, because you really have to be aware of where your blade is going. My paper, by the way, is 110-pound cardstock. It's a little thicker, so I'm pushing kind of hard. If you're afraid of that, don't use as thick of a cardstock. I'm just going to make sure that my corners came all the way through because I don't want to have to readjust this. And then when you get all that done, oh Lord, I hope you guys are following along. You're just going to peel this off gently, so you don't tear the paper, okay? And then I always have to double check my old cards so I don't mess this up. This one is going to be a valley fold, which means it's going to go down, all right? That's this side. It's going to be a valley fold. Make sure that they both go that way. And then the other one is going to be a mountain fold. Do you see that? So these two we're going to bend down so that they create a little mountain there on both sides. And then you fold it all together. Give it a good crease if you need to give it a crease. And then your card will flip-flop spin. Now this seemed like forever, but if you don't take the time to have to do all those markings, if you get really good at this, this would definitely be less than a 5-minute card. And then you can take that piece of paper, because I pre-cut one, right? And make it just a little bit smaller. So I might maybe cut off 1/4 of an inch on this, or use some pattern paper or something. That piece will fit on this side. All right. And then when you do the card, your sentiment and your picture will be on here, and that's what will flip out, and you'll be able to see the whole thing. You can put it on both sides, actually. I don't think it really matters either way. But yeah, if it's gonna flip this way, then this whole part is gonna show that's the side you're gonna want to put your full picture on. You can deck out both sides. You can deck out all of these edges if you want to. You just have to measure them out and make it slightly smaller, cut it on, and glue it together. 10 minutes, yes! 3 cards. We did 3 cards in less than an hour, although I do have to admit we didn't finish decorating them all. But there you go. Now you have a way to make that. Okay, I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to just put a few of my tools away so that we can finish decorating a few of these things while we chat and hang out for the last 10 minutes. And let me know what questions you have, what you want me to go over again, if you need some more measurements. And we can take care of that together. And I'll do my little spiel about how yeah, I think I probably will. So I really wanted to get on the bandwagon and join Patreon because it seemed to be the way that most YouTubers were going. To become a full-time YouTuber or to have a second income or whatnot. And my goal is in 5 to 10 years to be a professional YouTuber, to be able to quit my job, or at least when I get closer to retirement age, not to have to be working as much, but doing more crafting, which is my passion. I love it. I love teaching it to you guys. But Patreon is really, it's kind of funky. It's kind of hard to figure out. So the best way to do it, and especially if you're going to want to support, donate, pledge, whatever word you want to use, any kind of a crafter online, is to just pledge their money through PayPal Friends and Family. That way there are no fees. No middleman is taking money out of there. And And that's just the way I think I'm going to go for it forward at this point. All you need is my email, which if you're a part of Quality Crafts, it's already listed in underneath the address file. You can get my email there. The other thing that I want to say about that is that 100% of any money that's ever either freely given, donated, pledged, or supported to this YouTube channel will be used for either Quality Crafts or this YouTube channel in either bettering the content, purchasing things that are up and coming that because you want to know how they're used, and you want someone to show you how to give you the basics and that kind of thing, to give out prizes and to do anything monetary that I need to do, especially a lot of the mailings out, which right now at this moment Kathy Dunahee is doing out of her own pocket. So I always encourage you to either send her a card with maybe an extra stamp or an extra book of stamps if you have that kind of funds to help her in sending out all of the birthday cards and all of the prizes, because she also pays for all the prizes that go out to you guys for the challenges on the Quality Crafts group. So I always want to say that. So if you're wanting to donate, support, pledge, do PayPal friends and family to my email, because that is just the easiest way to do it. If you want to hang around for a year and see if I'm the type of person that you're willing to trust with that kind of thing, feel free. I'm not going anywhere unless something tragic happened to me, God forbid. Let's pray it doesn't. This is my life. I love it. I love doing this for you. I'm really, really glad that you guys are here. I love that all the newbies are coming over to Quality Crafts and vice versa. Everything is growing, and it's really exciting to see that happen because I organically grew everything. I didn't pay anybody or anything or any company to get the views and the membership that I have, and it feels really good. It feels really good. So here, let me move this one over. We'll take the last few minutes maybe. For sure I want to deck out that one card for you. This one. So I'm going to find out what the dimension of it was. It's 2.5 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to cut one of those out. We're going to need what? We're going to need 2 of them. 2 of them that are 2.5 by 5 1/4. I'm watching for all caps and questions. So please do that, because if they're not caps, I keep missing them, okay? I want to finish decorating this one for you. 2.5 by 5 1/4, and I need 2 of them. And I'm going to make them white because I'm going to go ahead and emboss them. Five 1/4 by 2.5, and I'm going to do one more at 2.5, so I've got 2 of them. I got a lot of paper stacked here, so if you're hearing a lot of knocking around or you're seeing it, it's because my place is a mess. Let's do the mess dance. My place is a mess. My place is a mess. It's okay though. Oh my gosh, look at this card. As long as you're here, look at this gorgeous card. Oh, stunning, right? I wish I could say I made it, but I didn't. I did not make that. Oh, I've got some new, let's do this one. This one's new. I meant to say embossing folder, it just wasn't coming out. A new embossing folder. I got a couple of them. They came from Kathy Dunahee. If you're looking for brand new or very gently used secondhand crafts, please see Kathy Dunahee. She will point you in the direction of her store online, on Facebook. Also, please see Diane McMullen. I completely trust her as well. She has amazing things, most of them brand new. See her for great pricing, actually both of them. Great pricing, shipping, you can trust these people. I get a lot of my stuff from them. So now what I have to do here yet is just cut these. So where's my trimmer? Here it is. Ooh, 4 minutes. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, people. Okay, right to left, right to left. Correct? Right to left. I better make sure. Yeah, right to left. Okay. I would hate to cut this and have to redo it again. Now, because of this pattern, I definitely want to start from the middle and go out. Oh, I ripped my corner. God darn it, I was trying to avoid that. Wow, I've never used this one before, but darn, you really have to cut through that. I'm just going to use my scissors to finish cutting through there. And I'm missing a corner, but I think we can hide it. Wow, that really makes an awesome, awesome emboss. Look how deep that is. Look how cool that is. Oh. I'm going to use this to put on, did I cut this the wrong way? No, I just did it this way. I'm going to put it on this side because it'll hide that corner. That's what I'm going to do. I see somebody yelling, where is her page? What do you mean by her page? Are you talking about Quality Crafts? I can't type it in, but I know a couple of you guys out there that are a part of the group that can help me out. That would be super duper. Koala Tea Crafts. I'm sorry my phone's making so much noise. I'm kind of playing around with it this weekend while I'm on vacation to see what noises are what. This is kind of fun. And then I can talk about I forgot what I was saying because something popped up. I don't know. Oh, put a sequin on it, she said. Well, look, now you don't see it because it's under here. It's under here. Did anyone say underwear? Because then I could laugh and say I got you to say underwear. That would be funny. Ah, Shootski. There's another corner that got ripped off. That's okay. Nobody will care. Nobody will mind. This way. Make sure you put your glue on the right way. And the reason why I'm using wet glue on this one, on this part, of course, is because if I use my ATG gun, I'm going to smash all that beautiful embossing by trying to smash all that glue on there, and that would really stink. So I'm using wet for this. Some of them you can get away with, and some of them are just so very, you know, precious and fragile that you don't want to lose all that fun. Embossing. What do I want to say? There's a word I'm searching for as I babble on. But look at that. I know it's really hard to see, but look at how pretty that looks with that underneath there. That's super cool. I could do that to the inside too. I can with this one. But I really have a feeling that if I do that trimmer again, that's not going to work very well. I have an idea. I'm going to put a really, really, really tiny, very, very light. Oh, darn, it's 7 o'clock. Can you guys just hang on for like 30 more seconds? I'm almost done. I'm going to cut this and glue it on, and then we'll be finished. I can see the pencil mark. Maybe you guys can't. But that worked out really well. Okay. I'm almost done. This was super fun. I wish we could have decorated them all, but the whole point was to show you how to do a couple of different fanciful cards. And we made it. Oh no, I glued the wrong side. Oh, shucks. I'm going to let that glue dry. See what happens when I'm in a hurry? You guys stress me out. We'll just finish this last one and then I'll make another one later. No big deal. I'm just teasing. I have my helpers, they tell me what time, how much time I have, and then I get all wigged out because they only have a little bit of time left. While we're wrapping up here, how many of you guys made these cards with me tonight? Just give me a hands up or a thumbs up or a something in the what do you call it part? Chat part, so that I can see. How many of you guys actually followed along with me tonight? I'm curious if that's really a thing, or if because I need to know if I should put more effort into putting out in my posters what you guys need to bring along. Because if not, then I won't bother doing that. I'll just make some really cool looking posters, and I won't put in the extra effort for that. But if you guys are following along and you want to know ahead of time, I will do it for you. So now you can see that on the inside. So cool. I'm sorry I messed up that last one, but you can at least see it on the outside, and that's really neat. Ta-da! Maybe I did that on purpose, and that's where I'm going to write my sentiment. That's what I meant to say. So we did this one, which will be totally easy for you guys to deck out. Right? And then we did this one, which is the twisted gatefold. And what other one did we do? I'm all stuck in here. Uh-oh, where'd my third card go? Was that all no, we did the twist card. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And then we did this one. Fun stuff, you guys. And I feel like I got to say everything I needed to say. And you guys were amazingly quiet. It's so weird talking to yourself all the time. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun, you guys, today. This was really, really fun. After hours, on times when I'm not doing live streams and I'm not making videos, which is, I don't know, some other time. Some of you guys know, I enjoy deck them out with us. Right now, no, I gotta get off the computer for a while. I literally was on Skype with people all day today. I really enjoy meeting you guys face to face on Skype. If there are people out there who have not had a chance to do that with me, please let me know. We can Skype in groups. Today we had a group of 5 ladies and we had a blast. It was so much fun. So, and Jody says there's 59 chatters tonight. Right now I'm seeing on my watching screen 61, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all 61 were chatting. So I have people that keep track of those kind of numbers for me. Kathy does so as well, and I think I mentioned all that. And what else do I need to say? I think that's it. 3 cards. You guys are awesome. I had a great time. And I can't wait to see you guys next video. Bye-bye.